WIREIMAGE. Getty. Prince Harry did serve on the front line in Afghanistan. Newly commissioned Prince Harry had received the green light to lead troops in Iraq with his regiment, the Blues and Royals, in 2007. But so much information about his activities was made public that specific threats which relate directly to Prince Harry as an individual forced General Sir Richard Dannatt to cancel his orders. The documentary, made by Forces TV, which had unparalleled access to comrades, reveals the young royals' battle to fight alongside them. Lord Dannatt said last night, by the time we had to take a final decision, they'd worked out where he would be, what his unit would be doing, what sort of vehicle he'd be in and what he'd be wearing. At the same time, the situation in Iraq had deteriorated to the point where we no longer felt it was a reasonable risk to send him, the former head of the British Army added. This information effectively told those who wished him ill to know where to go and what to look out for, and therefore where to place an IED and where to mount a weapons sandwich. That increased the threat to him, but most importantly, and this was the Queen and Prince of Wales's point of view too, his presence would increase the threat to others. Getty. Harry has been a huge supporter of the military since his service. He had the right attitude and aptitude, and his talents led him to be chosen to fly an Apache. General Sir Richard Dannatt. LT Wales's reaction was one of bitter frustration, famously saying, "I have not dragged my sorry ass in Sandhurst for a year not to get out on operations." His second bid to see active service this time in Helmand Province, Afghanistan, was only possible because General Dannatt brokered a deal with UK newspaper editors and TV news chiefs for a complete news blackout until his safe return. Using the call sign Widow 67, LT Wales coordinated air support for 10 weeks as a battlefield air controller, until the embargo was broken by an Australian news organisation. This forced his withdrawal. But Harry was determined to return. The documentary, Harry and Meghan, Warrior Prince, tells how the royal got permission to fly helicopters after meeting Lord Dannatt for lunch at the Army Chief's official apartment in Kensington Palace. LT Wales successfully trained to become an Apache gunship co-pilot and gunner. Lord Dannatt said, "There's no fudging being a helicopter pilot. Either you can do it or you can't." Prince Harry could have flown any helicopter, but he had the right attitude and aptitude, and his talents led him to be chosen to fly an Apache. Being a gunner on an Apache is a complicated business. You're in charge of rockets, missiles and a 30mm chain gun, and he was awarded the prize for best gunner on his course. Prince Harry saw active combat while flying, once revealing he had opened fire on the Taliban to support ground troops and rescue injured personnel. He said, "If there's people trying to do bad stuff to our guys, then we'll take them out of the game. I suppose, take a life to save a life. The squadron's been out here. Everyone's fired a certain amount." Prince Harry served in the army for 10 years and rose to the rank of captain after 2 tours of Afghanistan. He passed a rigorous 44-week training course in Sandhurst. He was commissioned as an army officer in April 2006. The Queen took the salute at the Sovereign's Parade at the Royal Military Academy, Sandhurst. Active service inspired him to set up the Invictus Games for wounded service personnel. The first were held in 2014, and last year, in Toronto, he was at the Games with fiancée Meghan Markle. The couple will be in Sydney for the 2018 event. The legacy for me for Invictus is these individuals that have impressed me, and I'm impressed anybody who's been a part of the military family, the Prince has said. Harry and Meghan, Warrior Prince, Tuesday and Wednesday, 9 p.m, Forces TV, Freeview 96, Sky 450 and Virgin 277.